Hey, Back to Basics is Dana, Ms. Dana Driss, and I'm your vlogger for today. You get me on all my natural glory. I'm teleworking today, and I got up, took a shower. This is it, because I intend on working out later. Why get all pretty to go and work out? So, our question this week, weight loss surgery, is it making a life or making a living? So if you haven't figured this out by now, what happens with this is our fearless leader, Janie, and we kind of collaborate for topic ideas, and we post them. Janie will post them usually several weeks in advance. And Janie, being who she is wonderfully, leaves us to really interpret and understand and give out what the questions are, or what their answers are. And I know she works hard not to interpret for us because she wants to hear our viewpoint. This one has been a little hard. And I know last week I said I did not watch other people's videos in advance because I tried to keep my own thoughts clarified. Well, this one I did, and funny because Julie, I saw that you said you did as well. So, as I've ruminated on this question, gosh, that's a big word, isn't it? As I've thought about this question over the last I don't know, week or so since as I'm really preparing, I'll say that my first reaction to the topic was about, making a living like a job. And then which is the way I think James took it. And then as I thought further about it, it was more about not a job, but a quality of life for you as a patient, whether or not you are making some money off of a weight loss surgery or not. And I think Julie has kind of split the difference. So I'm going to do a little of both too. So, is surgery making a life? I want to look at just the words, the life and living, okay? And I want you to think about the state of your mind when you hear about those two words, when I hear about those two words. Life, when I just hear that word, in a lot of context seems like some thing that's there, you put on the shelf, and you either you reflect to it or back on it, and it's not necessarily being in. It's not the verb. It's not the verb. Life is the noun. It's this thing. And living is the verb. So, while I think we have weight loss surgery to change our lives, I think if we have weight loss surgery is not what gives us the life that we really are wanting and craving. I think we could have weight loss surgery, we could be successful and hit our goals, and we could still not have much of a life. We could be unhappy in many other things. We could stand on the sidelines and look at our life, the noun. The power in weight loss surgery, and I think the power for me, and I think what I see for many of us that are really especially active in the community, is that weight loss surgery allows us to get to the verb of living, of doing, and the doing typically has nothing about the surgery itself or the losing weight. It has to do with playing with our kids. It has to do with going places and seeing things and trying new experiences. It has to do with making love to our husbands or our wives or our significant others, boyfriend, girlfriends, whatever, in a different body and a different mind. It has to do with being brave enough to say, maybe for the first time in our life, I'm not going to take this shit anymore because I'm worth it more. It has to do with stepping out of our comfort zone and doing new things career-wise or social-wise. It has to do with caring for ourselves and others in a different way that doesn't involve food. That's making a living. And for me, I had a life before weight loss surgery. I was happy with that life in all aspects except really my physical body and my physical body and the limitations. So it wasn't about making the life to me. It was about enriching my life and getting to the living in a whole different way. So for me, I'm going to answer this question. It's not about making your life, making a life. It's about making your living. And I think that's true for each and every one of us. Now, to go on to the other interpretation of the question, has to do with making a living, in other words, getting a paycheck. That's, for some reason, that a lot of us interpret, making a living, paycheck. But we know living isn't all about the paycheck. Some people have extraordinary success and a passion about the things that they have learned in their own weight loss surgery journey and their service to help others. Some people have that passion and desire even though they've not been a weight loss surgery patient themselves, but they've seen other people struggle. And they choose to go into some kind of endeavor where they make money. I don't have a problem with that if that is their passion and their heart to serve. I think the question is, do these people go into it for the right motives, and do their motives remain pure? Only they can judge that. I'll say that, did I pick my bariatric surgeon because he had been a weight loss surgery patient? No. But did the fact that a lot of his staff were weight loss surgery patients, and that even the nurse practitioner that I see on a regular basis, that she's a weight loss surgery person and has been through some of my same experiences, did that attract me and it help me make a decision about choosing to use them? Yeah. The people who market the products that I buy that are focused towards bariatric patients, do they have some more credibility because they've been through some of this experience? Yeah, I think it gives them some extra credibility. It's not the only credibility they have to have. The coaches and support group leaders and things like that have come and evolved as they've become weight loss surgery patients, does that give them some extra credibility in my brain because they've lived through some of this experiences? Yeah, it does. It doesn't make up for expertise and training, that I would expect those people to have if they're, depending on the kind of service I'm asking for them. But does it help me understand that they've been there, and I think that they can give me a different kind of help who's someone who's never been there? Yeah, I think it does. Just like, sometimes I wonder, how can a gynecologist, if I'm going to the gynecologist and explaining what it's like to have a baby or how painful my menstrual cramps are, I wonder if a male gynecologist can really get that. No, I don't think you can. So I think there's a lot of value in having people who've gone through weight loss surgery themselves earning a wage for now doing that. I understand that sometimes we may question the motives, and sometimes it's hard to understand where they're in it to make a buck versus to help and not make a buck. I think you judge those interactions, and you see and you look at the sincerity of that person, and you look at their values and behaviors over time, and then you'll make your own judgment. So for me, my bariatric surgery is making a living in the things that I am allowed to do and see and feel in my life every day. Could someday it also lead to a paycheck? I don't know. No plans at this point in time. But, not to say that someday that wouldn't change. And I think that, that's wonderful as long as I have a passion about it. Other people clearly do. So I hope this gave you a little bit different viewpoint, maybe. My challenge, I guess, for you is to not think about the surgery equates your life, but how does the surgery support your making a living? And not just about the living of your paycheck, but the living of every aspect that in your life to make it rich and full and meaningful. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.